So, last session, last game, you guys were yarned at by a rather massive undead worm for some reason. After escaping from
I thought it was a
Dragon worm, as in
Like a-
WYRM.
why, yeah, not
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Or even you would be better than O.
Well,
Anything but O.
like that's not how you spell worm.
YRM, yeah, it is.
It should be YURM. Why is it tough? Why is it ORM?
Yerm,
Well, I just mean like.
YURM.
because that would be Wyrm.
Wait, no. I
Worm?
was saying. No. Goddamn. I'm just saying, alright?
Our
Language
Zeitgeist
doesn't
game.
make sense.
The hard-hitting conversation that need to be had. Why is it spelled for the U or a O? It's not a U. Fuck my life.
Anyway, yes, we talked to the Titan. He made us be able to sense rituals of some sort to find the missing gate key
So,
or whatever.
after chasing you up the ziggurat that you had just gone through, the Titan read out, said, "My slumber is disturbed. You, agents of King Calland, shall redress this offence. Most that fled your mortal trap were mute beasts. One had reason, it can be judged. Follow the scent of its homeland's blood. Find it, cut its flesh, then do as you please. Kill it, and it will rot. Send it home, and it will despair. Either, and I shall be appeased."
I hate riddles.
It's not a riddle.
It's not even a riddle.
Yeah, it's not a riddle.
I mean, for the extra
It
information in
wasn't.
there.
Oh.
Not for the task. But...
Man, I've
It's
been
an
working on that for
intelligent-
2 weeks.
There's a smart Lovecraftian monster. We need to find it. We can either send it home or we can kill it.
But like, how do they know that we were agents of the king?
He's a Titan, yo. They're like basically gods here.
But why does he care?
Because the seal that was keeping Apet in was taken away. That's not a good thing.
And something got
Or
out.
something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, something got out.
So, you all become innately aware that you are now capable of performing the ritual Detect Planar Energy.
I'd like to detect planar energy.
Well, you fucking can't! Let me just go over what it is. Okay, so, I have not set it up, sorry. But I will flick you a screen grab of it. Okay. So anyway, the ritual is 10 minutes to cast, lasts for an hour, and you choose a plane you've visited or otherwise have had contact with. For the ritual's duration, you can sense the direction to and intensity of energies from that plane to a maximum range of 1 mile. The energies tend to fade after a few hours or days, but it is possible to track creatures native to other planes by following their trail. The ritual can be foiled by strong sources of energy from the same or other planes. For instance, Cauldron Hill in Flint is a powerful beacon of shadow energy, so you'd be unable to pinpoint any sort of foreign energy there, not even Fey or Elemental.
What's the betters there? I guess we can cast this. How many?
Costs you 17 gold each time you want to cast it.
Worth.
How much gold?
17.
That's not bad.
So I'm just putting the images.
So we've had contact with basically the fire plane and was it a pet? Which one was a pet? Was that the fire plane or was that the weird Lovecraft?
The weird
mention?
Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Did we count as having had exposure to both of those planes?
Yes.
And then the shadow. I'm going to say realm because it's called a realm.
Sorry, what was that question?
We had contact with the shadow realm as well from that cauldron
Yes.
bullshit. and then that one other one that might have also been the same shadow realm from on the island. And we got
That-
transported somewhere.
That was not the Shadow Realm.
Okay, but it was
But-
another.
Because you did just remember that, I can remind you, the weird shit you saw that first time was shit that was very much like the stuff that was in the carnival. So that's probably a pit.
Carnival?
The carnival, or the fair, sorry. The gun fair, or the...
Ah, the one.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't.
So,
there for
yeah,
so it's
That
not
time
as
you were on
much
Axis
moment.
Island was most likely a pit.
When we saw the weird swamp and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw a strange tentacly-eyed creature in the swamp. The second time you brushed with it.
Oh well. In any
Great.
case, I think we should probably try and detect APET energy.
Maybe not right here. I would suggest pointing to the temple.
Yeah, let's probably maybe go away a bit and maybe have a short rest or even a long rest because we're pretty fucked up.
We did talk to some kids that saw them taking something.
Yeah.
So probably
Uh,
somewhere in that area.
Were we supposed to go back and talk to what's his face?
The guy who sent the original journey.
Yeah.
He was interested in you doing so.
He was a
Yep.
dick though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't probably want to tell him shit.
Fair enough.
Fuck that guy.
I don't think I don't know if that'll be much use either. If
Yeah,
anything,
probably.
we'll probably just cause it a freak out again.
You don't you're not demanded to anyway. He wasn't specifically the one that was sending you. He asked you to for his purposes. But can I get a Arcana check just in relation to this ritual that you now feel like you know? And I'll tell you a little bit depending on what you roll.
Our Arcana guys are not here anymore.
What is this? What?
I'll consider that someone can train Arcana for free.
Why is that?
Who wants to train Arcana?
Who's got the highest intelligence?
You're
Mine's
all
an
equal.
8.
Yeah, you're all
Oh.
equal. Except for Ryla, who's a +2 at the moment. You're all +3.
Yeah.
Training is the big thing anyway. It's the straight
I'd
+5.
say
So
probably fits Dimitri the most.
okay, understanding
Alright,
of
I'll do
magic
it.
as well as your cleric-y stuff. Cool. Okay, so chuck a 5 onto that. You got a 22, which means so there's a few things you sort of know based on this ritual and the other rituals you've just suddenly learnt about. Tracking the trail in the wilderness would be very easy. In the city it'll be harder. Numerous minor energies from magic items and spellcasters will muddle faint trails for a ritual such as this. But strong bursts of planar energy should be easy to pinpoint and locate. Those might lead to useful trails, but could also produce false leads left by people who just happen to come in contact with the energy. Some magic exists purely to block planar energy, such as Reed McBannon's purification rituals that you guys experienced on Cauldron Hill when you're coming down. Certainly whatever magic originally sealed the portal in the ziggurat could conceal or erase the trail as well. And Apit is the source of magical energy used in divination and teleportation magics, so practitioners of such magic might also cause false leads. And yeah, that's sort of what you figure out, or what you know based on that.
Okay. Oh well.
Can I interrupt this with something that's triggering me?
Sure.
How do I remove the fucking icon overlay at the top right? Type thing.
What?
Huh?
I'll take a snippet of it.
Wait. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold up, just need to save it. Ah,
Get pushed, for God's sake.
Yeah, jeez, man.
that was me making noise.
Is this on Fantasy Grounds? Are you talking about?
Yeah, on Fantasy Grounds.
What the fuck?
It's that up in the corner.
Oh, what the hell?
Do you have Mumble open or TeamSpeak open? Because that looks like the Overwolf overlay for either of those. Yeah, take the silences. I'm figuring it out. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to do anything while you're here at the ziggurat before you leave?
I think probably getting the fuck out would probably be a good idea.
All of the
Maybe-
creatures that this thing crushed and killed don't appear to be here any longer. You are pretty certain that you are not under any threat while you're staying at the ziggurat, at least not from the Titan or the undead.
Okay. So we've got a good idea of where the next temple is, correct? We got that like marked down on our map or whatever.
Oh, for a temple for the other plane?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to go to that temple. Do you have a need to?
I was just wanting to know that we do know in case we do need to at some point.
Yeah, I can consider that you've written it down. Just chuck it in your notes that you've got a copied map of the temple of. Just put water. I can't remember what the actual name was at the time. What?
Oh man, the water temple's the worst. temple.
Mavisha. 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 So you guys want to do a ritual here?
Well, this seems like it's a place of pretty overwhelming planar energy. Like I remember, it was pretty well attuned to the fireplace, I think. So I don't know if there's much use.
So I'll quickly describe what the ritual involves, and then you can decide if you want to do it. So when you cast a ritual, the energy from a pet will be like a smell or a sense, and then you'll roll a perception check. Areas where there's things in the way will have higher DCs of perception checks, or different levels, so you might succeed at one level but not get all the information that you have because something else is blocking it because you didn't roll well enough.
Oh, if it's just 17 gold, it's not really going to hurt to do it here. So we might as well and see what we get.
Sweet.
So yeah, I guess I'll do a detect planar energy. Now, do I have to specify the plane I'm looking for, do I?
Yes.
So yeah, I guess I'll specify a pet.
Alright. So you begin the ritual, you put 17 gold worth of residuum, just consider it 17 gold, and you can immediately tell one entity left here over a month ago, trailing a lot of Apet energy, sometime between then and now. A group left here, also trailing lesser amounts of energy, and several other creatures have left the ziggurat, but they have very faint trails of Apet energy. And roll me a perception check, please.
Just Dimitri.
Well, yeah, anyone who's partaking in the ritual.
Oh, right.
So that's he's doing it at the moment. Damn, nice roll. Okay, you notice that the second group that left traces, the numbers match the description of the people, like the number of people that came back with the cart of stuff and came through a gate after you guys went there. Yeah, how they were talking about at night. The kids told you at night someone brought back. Yeah. So it's probably that second group was the second group to leave with the Apet energy, and they definitely had that Apet energy.
But they actually had a fainter trail than the first thing.
The first one almost double the clarity of this energy.
I wonder if that would have been... I think when we get back, we might need to go and check out Xambria. She was the only survivor, correct?
Yeah.
That we know of.
This the latest, Zambria is the monster.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun!
Anyway. So obviously I'll fill in the group on what I've discovered, and I guess we'll probably suggest that we start tracking the second group for now.
Okay, so you guys make your way back to the town of Agate, the nearby town. You go through the boat. You travel by boat again back through the swamplands and head back towards Agate. And what are you doing here?
I think a long rest would be good.
That would be greatly appreciated about now.
Yep. So you guys You at least get a short rest on the boat at the milestone.
Short rest, sweet.
And as we leave the temple, does the madness fade, or have we still got that?
Oh shit! I forgot about that. The madness does not fade as you leave the temple. You just don't keep taking hits from the madness grinding up. So I'll get you to make a. If you had a short rest day, make a saving throw.
We all got hit by that, didn't we?
I passed
Yep.
the one you
Yep.
called last time. I still need to make another one?
I think. Yeah, I think
You
two
passed
of
your
us-
first one, so you're sweet.
Okay.
I don't
Sweet.
remember if I passed. I'll just roll one.
Pretty sure two of us passed, two of us failed.
That's bad.
That's about as bad as it gets.
So I think Thok, you were actually already at the second level, weren't you?
I do not remember, but maybe.
Because you guys, I can see. Actually, it's already on the combat track.
Was I at the second level?
Yeah, you and Dimitri. No, Trabo and Dimitri's. So Trabo, you actually go back one spot, so you lose the attack to grant CA, but you are still mad, still taking the vulnerable 5. Dimitri, you also travel back 1, so you are just vulnerable now. No longer granting CA or that. Orzov, you are recovered from the disease.
Yeah.
And Ryla, what did you just roll? A
A
failure. So you now grant CA and have a -2 to attack.
Fuck. Okay, cool.
Cool. Alright.
That
So-
L key.
Alright, so you guys get back to a gate and you manage to find a bed to stay in, the same place you stayed in last time on your way out. Shoddy place. And yeah, just gonna head straight back to straight back home, Flint.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I've got shitloads of gold. I might do it again.
Alright.
Let's see if there's any if it seems like there's anybody in this town where it seems like they stop or contacted.
Okay. And it's a mile, so the town's very small. It's easily going to be completely within this ritual. So go ahead and drop your 17 gold. And you don't immediately pick up anything, but roll me a perception check. As you can sort of wander around town with right bumper button 2 held down in your seek mode. Basically, all I'm picturing is The Witcher. Where you're walking around and fucking things are glowing and shit. That's basically what's happening. Nice. So, you don't find any person that particularly gives off any energy, but as you're walking back past where you tied up your boat, you recognize one of the other boats is very, very strongly giving off Bleak Gate energy.
Bleak Gate.
Oh, sorry, not Bleak Gate energy, Apen energy. I read the wrong one. There's 2 different energy. You've been at the Bleak Gate.
You got a clue.
I'll I won't use my knowledge to then check
Actually, no, you've been in the Bleak Gate. You went over there. You guys went through it, didn't you? Yeah. So no, you would recognize that the boat also has Bleak Gate energy. And
Although I
Apen
would have
energy.
had to specify I was looking for that, wouldn't
That's
I?
alright. You can have it as a freebie.
Oh. Oh well, I might go and investigate. I'll definitely go investigate the boats. Are they unattended?
Your boat's unattended. The one that's giving off the energy. The one boat is giving off both energy.
Oh, yep. Yeah, so I'll definitely check out the boat.
Alright. It looks fairly normal. Beyond, what you can detect from the ritual. There's nothing that stands out from it.
Yep. And are these just like boats for hire, are they?
Yes. And there is an old man sitting on a little chair just off to the side under an awning, looking over, calls out, "You want to hire another one?"
No, actually, I would like to ask you about. Did somebody hire this boat about a month ago? And oh my god, my accent's going into fucking... Why does it always do that?
It's alright. It's alright. Voices are shit, mate. Fucking last night was terrible as well. So you ask him, and he stretches out a gnarled old hand that's sort of crippled with arthritis, and he says, I can't remember. Perhaps you can help clear my memory."
Alright, 5 gold.
Ha, ha. Yes, there was a group of, well, gentlemen. They said they were working for the same company as the first lot. They rented that one. They were the last to rent it, in fact. So it appears Caius is... some people saying they're working for Caius rented the boat.
Yep. I'll ask him for like a description and, all the sort of standard detective-y questions.
Yeah. He doesn't offer much. He didn't get much of a look at them. You notice his eyes are pretty shoddy anyway, but he describes they were just sort of wearing cloaks, and most of them had their hoods up. Fits the description of what the kids saw of the second group of people that came straight through town, took the stuff out. But the only thing that sticks out is that they apparently told him they were associated with Bergeron, Caius Bergeron.
Yep. And he told us that he had not sent anybody
Correct.
since. Dun dun dun. Okay. Oh well.
We've been
I think
lied
that's...
to.
Yeah. I guess I'll find the group and let them know.
All right. And yep, you guys all get filled in. Does anyone have anything they want to add? Want to do in town rather?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, sweet. So we consider that you guys get your rest. Your long.
Wait. Sorry, I forgot.
Go for it.
I was speaking, but not speaking. Why do you think it's still strong? The energies, Dimitri. Hasn't it been quite a while? Shouldn't it have dissipated it?
Maybe a sign of just how thick, strong the thing is. I mean, if this is something that is actually from another plane, then I imagine it's would probably have a pretty strong energy associated with it.
Yeah, just to be clear, the second group of energy that you recognized back at the ziggurat wasn't a weak signal or wasn't a weak level of energy. It was just weak in comparison to the first one, which was like twice as strong. So it was still a good amount of energy, but the first thing that left was twice as potent.
I'd maybe suggest too that it'd probably be worth somebody else, checking for bleak gate energy in the future while I'm doing the APET one.
Who do we currently know that's been involved with Bleakgate? The mayor, right? And then
McBannon.
Basically everything to do with our first adventure. So yeah, McBannon and his gang. Plus, I imagine anyone with witch oil's probably got Bleakgate energy as well, and witch oil seems to be starting to become more prolific.
All right, you guys ready to move on from a gate?
I think so.
Okay. So, you managed to get back to the town of Bowl, which is where the train line takes you back to Flint. Do you want to do anything in Bowl? Happy here? It's a bit of a bigger town, a little bit more of a trade route now that the train passes through it. Just up to you.
I'll be quite keen to check out any Bleakgate energies around here.
Okay, so you guys want to do a ritual?
Well, I do, yes. These are planes, right? So they're out in the sky.
What?
Like we're detecting energies from planes, and these planes are out in the galaxies, which are located in the sky.
Yes.
And
well, they're like, yeah, kind of universe different. You're not going to look in the sky and see one. You're going to slap you. and slap you in the
Well,
eyeballs.
what can I say? I just was hoping, I'm into stars.
Oh my god. For a Skyseer, you are way too literal.
Well, that is how it works in some
That's true.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, the worst game. So,
On that, Kevin.
oh, so you're doing an Arcana? No, so you need to do a perception check if you're doing the
Oh,
gate
okay.
was
Oh,
on.
that's better.
And Dimitri, is that your one there, Dimitri? That 18? Was that for this?
Oh, sorry, that was yeah. I'll do another one.
That's cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'll do the AP.
Okay. Now, bear in mind this town is quite a bit larger, and you don't manage to cover all of it. So it might behoove you to perhaps try and find a place that might be better to look within Bowl. Try and maybe ask around if any of you streetwisey could try and find out anything about groups that have travelled through towards a gate from here. It's gonna feed you that one for free.
I'll ask around.
Sweet. God damn. All right. So you're asking around, and you get a lead with maybe a couple of people that you could offer favors back in Flint, or you grease the right wheels, and you get a lead that at the train yard there was a rail car that was used by a secretive group of people transporting a large object. You don't get too much detail of what it was or who they were, but they suggest lubricating the right hands with a bit of gold could perhaps get you some questions.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Are we like do we have jurisdiction only in Flint, or are we just general Ricer police officers?
You are Ricer police officers. You are
So
technically only in the Flint constabulary, but you still have some clout in other parts of Ricer.
So is there a chance if we go to like the train station, we could ask to see like the manifest of like so and so dates and see where everything was going?
We could say it relates to a investigation.
We could say,
in
yeah,
Flint.
exactly.
You can try. Yeah, go for it. So you're going to go to the train station and go talk to the train staff? For the station staff? All right, roll me a diplomacy check.
Ooh, can I hero point that?
Sure.
Are we doing a 1d6 or the
Reroll.
Reroll the whole thing.
Yep. And pick the highest.
That's better.
Okay. It's going to make you sad and let you know you passed the first time. So yeah, when you flash and talk about it being related to an investigation for the RHC, flash your badge, effectively, they check their systems, or they check their filing, and they don't have any names. It appears that there was something, perhaps one of the staff might have been tipped off, but they sort of brush it off as, oh, it must have been a administration error. I'm not sure, but perhaps I can remember. And they give you a description of some travelers: a tiefling woman, 2 humans, 2 dwarfs, and the dwarves appeared to be quite jumpy, and on occasion were seen not brandishing, but like their shirt would brush open and you'd see firearms and swords, so they definitely were armed, the 2 dwarves.
Can I bring out a picture I've drawn of that tiefling lady that we all hate and go, does this tiefling look like this?
She was a pretty high up position, dude. I doubt she'd be involved in this sort of dirty work, but you never know.
So you're gonna bring out. So what picture of Laia Gier do you have?
A sketch.
You've got a boudoir shoot of her?
So you've just been carrying a picture of her in your pocket all this time.
With a target, like with the target thing on it, bullseye.
Oh,
Are you sure you hate her?
There's maybe some love hearts in the corner.
The sheet is actually folded in half, and as you pull it apart, it's sort of like sticking in places. And
Oh,
That's too far.
Oh god.
So, yeah, you guys ask about Ligeia. And let me see. Let me see if it is. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Probably should have
Right.
asked the gender first of the tiefling.
I'd imagine even if somebody like that was involved, though, it would be much like the mayor who would have
Yeah.
had his guy to do his dirty work for him.
They shake their head fairly confidently. No, that wasn't her.
Well, it was a her.
Yeah, they said it was a tiefling woman.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
zoned out in the room.
What?
I just heard tiefling and I've just,
Here's a
focused on that lady.
It was a tiefling woman. Was it this one? No, that wasn't her. Ah, so it was a her. Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
That
I'm
makes sense, it's a
sorry.
tiefling.
They start crying. No, they did say
And-
tiefling woman. 2 humans and 2 dwarves.
Right, and since this was considered done off the books, there's no sign of where exactly they stopped and where they got off.
No, completely off the books. They apologize profusely and assure you that no such issue will arise again.
Alright.
How many stops are there? Like, how many stations are there?
No shit, heaps, mate. It's like all around Riser.
Fuck.
Well, we know it sounds like it was probably. I think there's probably a fairly safe chance that they're going to Flint. Might pay to just sort of keep doing the rituals on the train.
Alright.
How long's the train ride again?
It was only a couple of days, I think.
So that would be 48 times 17 if we really want to cover our bases.
But it might be a bit hard if we take the same train that they took. Do we want to make
I
sure that
see,
we
yeah.
take a different train?
We can
I
always
see what
just
you're
walk
getting
back.
If it takes a couple of days by train, I'll see you in a while.
Well, see, if we jump on trains going the other, if we jump on trains going in opposite directions, eventually we'll either meet in the
I'm
middle.
pretty sure from the fact that from talking around, we at least would have got the information about what direction the train was initially going. So,
Towards Flint.
yeah, which I kind of figured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
How
not
many-
sure. I think we should probably, can we make the assumption it's going to Flint? Because
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was wondering how many stations in Flint?
Oh, like 2.
And where these two what districts these two stations are in?
Fuck, man. I don't know.
Well, I mean, surely as citizens of Flint, we know this.
King Station, which is in Central District, and another station at the Royal Shipyard, which near the
docks.
Royal Ship, yeah, the Royal Shipyard, yeah, basically on the east bank where the harbour is and all the industrial district is, near Bosom Strand.
I don't know about you guys, but that seems like a good place if you want to be discreet.
I think that will probably, once we start rolling into Flint, I'll probably do another ritual, and then whatever, if we get a strong presence leaving at the first station, we'll leave there. Otherwise, we'll go to the next station.
All on board?
2-2.
Chugga
Ready.
Okay. So you jump on the train and you guys travel back to Flint. Or do you want to do a ritual on the train?
I thought about it, but I worked it out. It'd be like 816 gold to cover the whole journey.
What about the train itself?
But we'd already done that, hadn't we?
No, you guys just talked to the dude. Nobody
Yeah.
did ritual.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. Definitely do one on the train then.
Cool. I wasn't just forgetting that I had said something. I didn't actually say it. Also. All right, chuck one on the train, and the same sort of energy. A little bit of the bleak gate as well. I'm going to throw it in there for free. I don't mind. That's fine. You get the bleak gate and the apet energy. It is not on this one. It is not as strong. This card you go to, rather, that you find out about, is not as strong as the first one. Definitely seems to be the second group.
Okay.
Wouldn't it stand to reason that the actual seal would have crazy amounts of energy? Like, right?
They did discuss that the magic of the seal would block energy.
Oh, right. So
Or
maybe the
perhaps
intense energy.
mask it at least.
Yeah, so the intense energy ones are red herring.
Well, that's what he wants us to think.
Well, the intense energy seemed to be timed from the event, from the event itself. Which I'm still thinking the only survivor that apparently was Exambria, so I do want to check on her now that we're back in Flint.
I do agree with that. I mean, we did get a little bit crazy during our time, a little bit mad. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what she has. And who knows what happens if you get worse with that madness.
This is true.
So
Talking of which,
as
as you guys get onto the train and begin your travel and have your long rest, your next extended rest, roll me a save. Anyone that has the madness, which is everyone except Orzov. Alright, Dimitri, you find that as your... and Ryla, nice. Ryla's back down to 1.
Yep.
Trabro, mate. So you guys feel that as you're getting further and further away from the ziggurat and away from the events of previous, you find yourself becoming more in control of your own facilities. I don't know, whatever the fuck. And
right.
except for Trabro, who feels like you're slipping back down a dangerous path. Okay, but anyway, you guys arrive at Flint, and this train is, as a passenger train, only heading as far as King Station, and yeah, you're at the King Station here. Pulled onto one of the side tracks. This train will get ready to turn around, go back the other way. Only industrial freight trains will head through further into Flint. So
before we leave, I'll pop another one.
Pop another pill. All right. Okay. At King Station, you drop a perception. Okay. So what you note is from this train station, the energy trail is nearly impossible to follow precisely because it doubles back on itself many times. This sort of area around immediately appears the entity has been in town for a while. Whatever is causing this this signal, but you do note it to be the first signal that left.
The first one.
Yeah. You do not get any bleak gate, and the second signal is almost lost in the background noise of the first one that's been around for quite some time.
Okay.
But you do, so I will give you a couple of points that it appears to be a bit more interested, and energy appears to be focused as well. Where the arms fair was, you get the feeling that it was, or that this energy is present there. Heading towards Pardwright Museum, heading towards where you met Caius Bergeron at the little inn that he was staying at with the garden bar, and heading towards
Heading towards Caius Bergeron.
yes. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell if it's heading towards or from, but the energy appears to be, stronger towards there as well. These are sort of areas that are pricking your senses as being more present, and also towards Zambria's apartment.
Right. I've just thought. So Zambria brought back the 3 artifacts too, didn't she?
Correct.
So that could be part of it. Right. Okay. I think Zambria is our next step. Then possibly, yeah, while we're there at the museum at Pardright University.
Okay. You can also go and, if you want, check out specific areas of town and pop the ritual as well. And there's different regions of town have things you can do there.
We return the weapons to the museum, right?
Yes.
Yes.
To Pardright Museum.
So that some of the energy might be detecting from there might just be the weapons.
That's what I'm thinking. But I would like to just make sure that nothing's that Zambria's not got something that's like possessed her or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So where do you guys head? Straight to Zambria?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you head to Zambria's apartment first up. And you'll get there in time that the ritual is still going. You're still in your hypersensitive mode. And you go up to the... what do you call it? The not receptionist, but like door person for the apartment block.
Bellboy.
Yeah, that. And he informs you, "Oh, I'm sorry. Zambria has left the apartment."
Oh, since when?
He shrugged. "She left a note down in the office. Stated she would be returning whenever she felt like it. It's not my place to ask, and it was signed in the lady's own hand. Did not dare question it."
Could I have I'll ask for it if I can see a copy of the note.
Of course, for a member of the RHC, anything. And he pulls out the note, and without needing a check, it does appear to match the writing that you guys have on the maps she gave and the notes she gave you. Appears, pretty spot on. Looks like a real note.
All right. I might use one of my sending stones.
Okay.
Just ask her, hey, how's it going? Can we catch up?
There is no response.
Son of a bitch.
Roll me perception, everyone. God fucking damn, Dimitri. And it was holy shit. Okay, you guys all hear a muffled voice coming from Zambria's apartment. From the door to her studio apartment.
I look at Dimitri and go,
All right.
let's rush it.
I'll nod.
Excuse, you wish to take the key? And he sort of holds out the key as you guys all get in your combat faces. Please, the door's quite expensive. And he offers you the key.
Yeah, Dimitri will take it.
Grab it and rush to the door, where you open it, go inside.
Mm-hmm.
And what you see beyond is nothing short of a room trashed in some sort of struggle. It appears Zambria was attacked by someone or something. But as you've opened the door with the key, you find no sign of forced entry. The window is still barred shut from the inside, or bolted shut from the inside, and the door itself shows no damage. And there's no indication of the source of this voice.
Can we still hear it?
The voice has stopped, but there's nothing in here that would have been the voice that you can see, or no one in here that would have been the voice.
Ritual's still up and running?
Yes.
What do I feel?
Strong A-pit energies here.
Teleportation magic, yo. Did they say APET is like
Yep, they did.
teleportation magic, right?
As it and the others discussed it. No one did. I will get a perception though if you guys are looking around the room. If you want to investigate.
I want to see if there's anything that's been left behind.
God damn. Fuck it. Alright, you guys find the source of the voice. And it is none other than the crumbled remains of the other sending stones. Or one of the other sending stones laying next to an unused sending stone. The two halves of the conversation. The voice was your own voice.
Shit.
And with the strong APET energies, we can't detect a trail like away from the room.
No, like there's the sort of crisscrossing and backtracking energy all over the city that does lead here, which is what led you here to begin with. But there's nothing further you can glean that there's strong energy in this room and what led you here.
Yep. So I can't even get a feel for if, like, Ryla suggested that, maybe there was like a teleportation event or something.
No. Nothing that would give you, or nothing that would tell you either way.
Right.
But it's certainly possible from what you know of the energies.
Don't you need a silver ring for teleportation?
Gold to ring to stop it.
Oh, gold.
And the unbroken iron bar was to travel between the Bleak Gate. That was to open the portals to the Bleak Gate is what you're thinking of with the metal bars or the rusted iron bars.
Yeah.
Because that's what the fountain was. It had the iron trim around it, and then all the jaguars came through the Bleak Gate from the Bleak Gate.
Right. So yeah, iron, not silver. Shit. Yeah, I think those Bleak Gate cheddars got here.
But why would they want her?
Actually, Dimitri, I'm going to say with your perception of 30, you do notice a trail of the energy leading from Zambria's apartment out the back of this building.
Okay. I'll follow that then.
Okay. The trail does start to lead through the city, and if you're all happy to follow it, yeah, everyone can do it?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
So you follow this trail, which leads from Zambria's apartment to the back fence at the outer wall of Lady Inspector Saxby's manor.
What?
Shit.
And there is a similar trail leading away from this same point.
Alright, we'll keep following the trail and definitely file this under what the fuck.
Got a traitor in our midst, boys.
And make sure my body cam's recording.
So this manor is walled, and there is guards at the front gate.
Yeah, I think I'll pick up the trail where it left from here because
Okay.
I don't think confronting her at this point's probably very smart.
Just to be clear as well, the trail didn't come in through the front gate. The front gate has no sign of any energy. It is only this back point to Saxby's manor. Okay. Just so you're clear. Alright, so you travel away following this trail, and it eventually winds back into the city through various areas again, and you lose distinct trail of that.
Yep. And this is probably, I'm not sure if makes sense or not, but is it just like one flavor of a pet energy, or like is it, more like, I don't know, do different objects have different sort of flavors, if you get what I mean? Like, or do you just
It doesn't specify, but I'm kind of treating it as one flavor, and this is definitely still the one flavor that you're getting at the moment. This massive crisscrossing spider web of trails. This is one flavor of energy.
Yep.
And it's chunky cheese.
I was thinking of ice cream, but okay.
Yeah, same.
Ugh.
Get out.
So where do you guys want to head?
I don't know, what do you guys reckon? I feel like, sorry, I've been kind of taking the lead, it's a lot here.
Wait, Detective Dimitri shouldn't be stopped. And also, I missed everything after that it led by the manor.
Oh, so they went to the manor. The manor had a fence and a wall around it, and it went through the back, and then came out through the back again. And the group did not approach the front gate, which was guarded by a couple of bodyguards, security guards, whatever. They
Right,
just
so
left and followed the trail away.
Yeah, it didn't go into the manor, right?
It did. It went through the fence into the manor, but because there's a wall, you can't go through without going through the main gate.
Gotcha.
Do we know the protocol for arresting a fellow officer?
Superior.
One that is way, way higher than our rank. Good fucking luck.
One that would require more evidence than we followed another plane energy to her back fence.
Maybe you would have to talk to Stover Delft about it.
Maybe.
Oh, I've just actually thought, sorry, before we leave there, can I quickly retcon something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to touch the wall where the trail goes through.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Does it feel like
It
an
is
actual...
solid stone.
Pushing,
Shoving against it, it appears completely real, non-illusory at all. And you can
Are
go
there
a
any,
few meters in
other...
either direction, and there's nothing that gives you reason to believe that you could walk through this wall.
Can I?
Riley, you're
So
not
there's
jumping.
no bricks that are just out 2 millimeters more than the rest
Without
that we
needing a
could
check?
press?
Nope. You can I can consider that you spent a good while looking. No, there's nothing.
Can I check the ground?
Sure, what are you looking for?
Anything that looks, I guess, unnatural, maybe like a false piece of land that they can lift up, put it back over.
Roll me a perception check. You find what you feel is the lid to some sort of set of stairs that go underground, only to pull it away and find out it's actually a discarded piece of corrugated steel, and there's nothing underneath. You lift it up, and the only thing underneath is grass and grassless dirt with bugs crawling out of the sudden sunlight that you've brought to them.
Bagging that rod is evidence.
It's like a sheet of corrugated
I know.
He's still bagging it.
iron.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I would actually suggest, Dimitri would actually suggest putting it back where it was so it doesn't look like anyone's been snooping around her place.
But this could be vital evidence.
If there's a piece of iron.
I have a question.
I have an answer, hopefully.
Do we still have those necklaces from the
That time
when
we escaped that.
From the manor?
Yeah.
I can assume you would have handed them in, but if you'd wanted them, you could have taken them for something, I guess, if you'd need to.
I was just wondering do we know the rituals to pass through the Bleak Gate? I mean, we have the necklaces and we were able to pass through those bars. So it is, I mean, could we pass through here using that piece? And if we have the necklaces?
Were the necklaces from the manor and from the doctor fight the same type of necklaces?
No.
Or no, yeah, not the manor. I meant the doctor fight. Yeah.
The ones that let you go through the bars? No. Those weren't the same type. Those were enchanted with a temporary enchantment as well. So allowing to go through those bars gives not much.
Ah, okay.
Well, I think maybe we visit Douchebag's place again.
Caius Bergeron,
That's the one.
Bert
Try
Baccarat.
to sneak in at night into here. Come back later.
Alright, you guys want to head to Caius's Inn?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys travel to the Silver Swan, and as you're arriving, coming up the road to the Silver Swan, you see two members of the RHC, one of which is Aranis, one of which is Stover Delft, and you see about 8 uniforms, normal police, and the swan has been cordoned off. As you're approaching, you see Aranis and Stover look over and see you, call you over, and Stover says, it's about time you lot got back. How'd you hear about this? And Aranis says, hello, hello, hello,
it's
to
like
each of
he's
you
actually here.
to each of you in turn.
Oh,
And Stover says, were you sent here by the office?
No, we just happened to. What's going on?
Well, looks like a murder,
Murder?
unless people usually make a habit of exploding themselves around their room for suicide. Yeah, I'd say murder. What makes you think it's a murder?
I'll just ask any details about the victim, any suspects, etc.
Shakes his head. We got nothing yet. We don't even know when it happened. Blood's had some time to dry. But, well, it's going to be all over the news soon. Old Caius Bergeron bites the bucket, eh?
Caius
Oh, shit.
Bergeron?
He nods. The man himself.
well,
Can't
This is a
remember.
pickle?
Was he actually like a mobster type person or just somebody that was shady as fuck?
Just shady as fuck from what you know.
Dimitri, you can talk to dead people.
No, I can just bring them back. But not from that state.
And
yeah, so
so sorry, at this point, Aranis looks around to you all and says, did you want to investigate the crime before we start cleanup? We've got all the... Well, we got all the... Well, we want to start picking the bits up pretty soon.
definitely.
Okay, he lifts the rope that's sort of around the cordon, and gestures you all in. And as you get inside, you're shown into the room, and the room is in startlingly good condition for the scene of a grisly murder. The dead tiefling lies on the bed, blood trailing from his mouth onto the sheets beneath him. His desk is covered with ledgers and loose papers, and a large bureau stands in the corner, and a travelling trunk sits next to it. You could almost swear there was no murder here other than the blood from his mouth and the explosion of blood that splatters the roof above him. It appears that it's dripped for some time back onto the bed and has soaked it so that the sort of the fabric on the bed sheets are just stained and dyed red now. They're fairly uniform.
This body.
Yeah.
Does it look like something's like crawled out of his chest or anything to do this?
No. So the blood looks like it's only come out of his mouth. There is no explosion of flesh.
So he just basically like power vomited blood.
Yeah. But as you're looking, you notice that his lower jaw has been unhinged.
Ew.
yikes.
And
I'm going to make a leap of logic here and say something was in him.
possibly a closer look finds a gaping hole torn through the soft palate of his mouth, and a even further look following this hole indicates that his brain has been completely removed.
Whoa.
Well,
The body
What do
exhibits
we-
no other sign of injury, and among his clothes he wears a gold ring on his right pinky. A shallow inscription on the interior can be just made out. It reads, Old Bergeron Gold. And that's what you get for looking at the body.
Alright. Another planar energy ritual. Holy shit, I'm spending a lot of money on that.
I can flick you
Okay.
something go.
yeah, and I can start trying to pay you back.
I think something was in his head.
Hey guys, what do we know that eats brains?
Or grows in brains. The hole in his soft palate, which direction is it, like, broken?
Up into his head.
Upwards.
It's more like what do you call it? Slashed.
Right.
So it could have been slashed from either way, really. It's like a tear along the soft palate.
Okay. So
Okay,
we can
there
sit
is.
up into
Aranis does inform you there's two witnesses that were at the inn at the time. They didn't see anything, but they said they heard something. And there's of course the desk with all the ledgers and papers and things. So we'll start. We'll just go around what you guys are doing individually. It's not a skill challenge.
First, okay.
Yep. Start with Dimitri. What you doing?
I did another 10-minute ritual.
Ah, nice. All right, sweet. You detect strong APET energy here. Similar as Zambria's apartment.
Yep. And can I see where she's gone?
Who?
Oh, can I see where the trail goes, rather?
It just comes through into the hotel or into the inn and into this room and then back into this city maze.
Oh, well, whatever it was, it seems to be involved with this.
Oh, actually, you rolled a 29. So, you managed to sort of follow the trail enough that this trail goes through a wall, and as you follow it outside, you head downstairs, or you head outside of the building, come out the outside. The trail comes through the wall and then down the side of the building, and then away to the city.
Yeah, but this thing is, it doesn't seem to need to. It seems like it can pass through solid objects.
So he's only seen those guys with the necklaces do something like that, from my memory. Can you guys
Yes.
remember
Based.
anything else that might have done that?
Sorry, I'll say it again.
I was just wondering if they remember if we've seen anything else that has passed through walls or something.
Well, said it's APET energy, and you said things like teleportation magic
Yeah.
and divination, that's associated with APET, so it's already a link there. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's like some APET creature, like those things are kind of like fucking weird as hell, and being able to pass through walls doesn't really seem like a huge stretch.
And they were probably like brains.
Yeah, I mean, weren't the ones that we fought kind of ethereal? Kind of until they did
They
something.
were.
the flying
really bad.
ones, yeah. The flying ones
Yeah.
are hard to hit.
So, all right, Dimitri, you're following this trail. Orzov, what are you doing at the moment? What are you doing in this current scene?
Look at the papers,
Okay.
the ledgers.
You find there, under the desk, as you're looking through the papers as well, is a small locked trunk. And you can try and break into it if you want to roll a thievery. Easy peasy. So you open this up. The trunk has got a variety of coins, gems, jewelries, and 10 ritual scrolls of sending. And what'd you roll? God damn it. You also see that the chest has a false bottom, which appears to be locked in such a way that it does not have a key or any latch. But you can definitely see that there is a false bottom there.
I inform Ryla and go, you got any ideas before I try to smash it open?
Roll a thievery check, rather.
Okay.
God damn. So, you notice a few points in it that appear wedged with a material that would probably combust fairly quickly and harmlessly, and would probably loosen the bottom of it. So if it's exposed to fire briefly, it'll open, and you can bring a candle or a lighter over to it, and you open it up, and the hidden compartment is empty.
I'll chuck it in front of Dimitri's face.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Not
sorry.
chuck. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry, I just zoned out for a sec. What was going on?
JD's just throwing a box at you,
No, pass.
passing a box to you.
Oh yeah.
Found a box that had a hidden compartment. Now it's empty.
Yeah. But when you look on the disc as well, you and Ryla see, because you're both over here, the disc itself has a map of the continent of Lania unrolled on his disc, with some hand-drawn stars within circles on the map. You recognize the location of one of the stars as a ziggurat in the swamp that you've just been to, and the other is in the water off the coast of Burr, with precise coordinates written onto the map. Beside the map sits a book containing notes on the ancients, but with nothing that you don't already know. And the drawer of the desk contains all of the journals of Zambria's dig crew, which were recovered by someone, which you can now figure to be a second crew sent by Caius, because she had never returned to recover the journals.
Son
Okay.
of a bitch.
And the position of the second temple with the coordinates, I take it they match what
Vivisha.
Yep.
So, and there was more circle marks on it as well?
No, these are just the same marks that you guys found on them.
Okay, so there
in the
wasn't
ziggurat,
additional ones.
So basically his crew went and told him the same thing that we found out.
Yeah, it is almost true beyond a shadow of a doubt that the second group of people coming along were sent by him.
Yep. We've got basically, there's nothing in this, all the stuff in this box is from that crew though, like the map, there's nothing in Zambria's hand at all.
No. In fact, it is noticeable that there is not Zambria's journal here. Zambria's own journal is not present in any of these journals.
So maybe he didn't actually have anything to do with what happened to her. Maybe the thing that attacked him also attacked her.
Well, it definitely seems like it with this passing through walls business.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I was assuming that he had basically hired some dudes to fucking, take her or whatever, but I'm actually thinking it's more likely that they're both victims of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely seeming that way at the moment.
Can I check his body for anything? Paperwork or anything that...
His body's already been checked. There's nothing except the ring with the inscription on the inside. It says Old Bergeron Gold.
Hey guys, let's take the ring.
Take it. Did you want?
Do we have a reason for taking that as evidence?
I mean,
It's not going into your pocket, I hope.
nah, of course not.
I ain't like that.
I will be very sure to report the finding of a ring.
So you jot it down in your little breast pocket pad.
Absolutely.
Okay. Trabo,
Man,
what are you doing?
Am I muted? No. This body, does it look like it was disturbed at all? Like, was he pinned down, or did he just not notice anything coming into his room and murdering him? Did this happen in his sleep, or he is completely unaware?
Does not look like there was a struggle here. There's nothing that gives you that impression.
So silent and it can pass through walls.
Make people power chuck blood until their brains disappear.
Actually, yeah. Can I see up through the soft palate of his mouth into like his brain case?
Yeah, his jaws are unhinged, so you can get it out of the way heaps.
The entrance, like, so this is sliced. What's the entrance to his brain case like? Is it crushed or sliced as well?
I mean, the soft palate that's it.
Don't you have
It's
a
just the sinus
layer
above
of
it.
brain? Oh, really?
There's
I thought you
there's
had
no
a
bone or
layer of
anything that
bone.
protects it. No.
Really? What? So
I thought you had like a whole metal case.
yes. So
bone.
sorry, this is getting into anatomy, but yeah, this.
yeah.
I'm kind of curious too. I
Probably
kind of
right.
assumed that it was like totally encased.
Could be wrong. I don't fucking care.
You're a nurse.
I know, that's why we're kind of asking, because you're like, you should know this shit, right? Anyway, sorry for getting a bit distracted.
No, there's no. Like up through the top of the mouth, there's like your sinuses and eyes, but if you go backwards, it's just cartilage and shit. But look, I don't know. Probably,
Yeah.
probably looking at it wrong, but no, that's. Hang on. Let's have a look at this.
Are we
I
looking
guess it
at
makes kind of
how-
sense though, because I mean, let's face it, when you're evolving, there's not many predators that are going to be able to kind of attack you from that direction.
Unless you live on a pit.
I'm pretty sure everything that is evolved in a pipette probably does the same thing anyway.
There's some bone there, but right above the jaw, not going to be that hard to get up. But either way, it looks like it's just been pulled apart and something's gone up into it.
What do I... Can I roll anything on what sort of
Yeah.
creature will do this?
Yeah, like, are mind flayers like a thing in this
Yeah,
thing?
that's
I'm
what
Or,
I'm
going to
thinking, like a
say,
mind
without
flayer
needing a roll, there is nothing you know of
on this
in
plane.
existence that can kill like this, or that does kill like this, rather. Plenty of things that could, like a person, but there's nothing you know that is
A
there.
person wouldn't normally come and unhinge your jaw,
Yeah,
cut your soft pellet, and suck your brain out.
yeah. No, this
I
is
thought I saw
entirely original.
I thought I saw something like this in a movie, in one of the theaters.
Quite possibly.
Wait. So he protected himself from teleportation, but not his room?
It's a lot of gold to put your entire room in gold.
Yeah, but this dude supposedly he's pretty rich, right? He's supposed to be
But
pretty
I
rich.
guess he's probably more worried about being taken, not attacked by this creature that hardly anyone can probably picture.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if he's shady, he's gonna have more enemies than whatever.
And there's no like bruising on the body showing he was pinned down in any way?
No, absolutely nothing.
Has his room been searched other than like the desk and Dimitri doing his ritual?
it was
No.
apparently super tidy in here.
Can I search around though? See
Yep.
if I can find anything.
Claw
Yeah.
marks on the roof?
No claw marks, no nothing. There's not really much left. I mean, just to give you a guiding hand, because you guys have basically done all the searching you can. The last thing to sort of sort out or look at is the witnesses that said they heard something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Guess we'll go talk to them, see what they know.
Okay. So the witnesses is a little doddery old lady and a guy that claims to be a barista downstairs. And they mentioned that the night previous there was a animated discussion between Caius and a woman. They did not know the woman. They don't know who she was, but they remember.
Did she have red hair?
Yes, no, that I do remember red hair. Yes, and I remember the
Glasses?
argument went to well, they raised their voices at one point, and I heard something about a star map, and then the argument sort of died down. I believe he hushed her, and then she was escorted out by Caius's bodyguard. And then last night there was a large thump, and well, we didn't think anything of it until Caius didn't come down for breakfast. Went to see if he was all right, and well, you've seen what's up there.
Starting to look like crazy old Zambra may not be that crazy after all.
Well, here's the thing that's murdering everyone.
That's what I mean. What if that was just an act?
So you're saying that she removing the brain case of somebody is the act of a sane person?
He says she's
I
a
mean,
person.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to find her next. Probably museum would be the next thing. We need to go and make sure that those items are still safe.
All right. As you guys are getting to leave, Stoverdelf stops you, and he says, "Just thought you'd like to know while you're away. Rock Rackus, he's come round."
Oh, shit.
God.
He's not gonna say no fires were had while you guys were away. No workers killed.
Shakes his head. He was arrested soon after he came to.
Has he said anything?
Shakes his head. Well, he's made a fair few demands. Somehow he's getting away with it. But,
Getting away with what?
oh, someone keeps providing him with all the bloody chocolates. And, well, there's a record player brought into him. Fucking confiscated that. Looks like he's
So why was
silver
Rock
tongued.
Rackus arrested?
Manslaughter.
Yeah.
Manslaughter, right.
Of whom?
How serious is manslaughter in a place like this? I mean, like, there's industrial accidents and shit all the time. Seems like manslaughter shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Well,
enough
they probably
that he's kept in a cell. Probably more as a power play. This super celebrity. He's not beyond the law.
Yeah.
To avoid. Go ahead.
I'd be interested in questioning him about his travel through the worm.
He looks at you. His what?
The spiky ring thing that ate him and shat him out.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you're welcome to. He's in the cell. Central District.
And
I'll just. Oh, sorry. Go first.
oh, it's all good. JD, someone was shot at the fair during the battle, and Rock Rackus has pretty noticeable bullets. I think they're like gold plated, and it was found in one of the bodies.
Which you can now use.
What was that? Sorry.
Which now you know how to make.
No, I didn't study that. It's too gaudy. But yeah, so that's why yeah.
Yeah.
I'd just like to give Delph to keep him in the loop. I'll tell him we don't really have enough to sort of give him a proper report yet, but we are pretty sure that this death here is related to some of the stuff that we're currently investigating.
Do you mention the boss lady?
I will. Yeah, we trust Delph, don't we?
We do.
I probably will say that in like a dead quiet whisper. Make sure nobody's around, and just say that there's enough there. But again, I'd sort of say, look, don't have enough yet to do anything, but just letting you know.
There's something funny rather than say we suspect. Shall we hint
So
that
looks,
there's
it
something
says,
strange?
with the audit still ongoing, perhaps be careful who you mention this to. Nothing on document, you hear? They have access to everything at the moment.
Yep.
Delph's a good dude. I like him.
Who was a year or so veteran? Was anyone?
That was Slate.
Yeah.
Okay. So no.
Oh, yeah, Jeff's a martial scientist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. So you guys are let out of the crime scene anyway. You've got new information. Rock Rackus is awake and able to be questioned if you wanted to, and you have a couple other places you wanted to check out. Sorry, Dimitri.
Museum.
Just seems anyone that comes into contact with this Apet shit gets a bit weird.
Murdered.
Yeah.
moved, actually.
So we just have to
And-
wait.
Rockrakus got sucked through one of their creatures, so...
Okay, so you guys head to Pardrite Museum. We'll quickly cross that one off. And the trail leads inside, and you're going to do the ritual again, yeah?
Yeah, if I have to do
Sweet.
another one, I guess.
We'll say it's still under the other one. You you do it, and you check out the three relics, the three ancient relics. Funnily enough, only the staff has any energy of Apet. The other two completely Apet free.
Can I do the Bleak Gate ritual?
I'm basically giving it free.
Oh, sweet,
It's alright, yeah. No, there's no bleed gate there. There's no bleed gate energy here. And this energy that you're getting from the museum and from this staff, it is coming from itself rather than from something that came here to it. The staff is absolutely overcharged with energy, and that would explain why it risks summoning monsters when used. It is quite potent, and the trail that actually leads here, you figure, would be when it was brought to the museum from town. It looks like whatever the chunky cheese did not lead here at all.
Right, and we've already seen back at the temple that they are able to make really good forgeries of items. So
Yes.
that could be something to actually look up on. Is if we've got any underworld contacts who we know is like good at making like art forgeries and stuff.
Wait, what for?
We're finding out who the hell's replicating these items. Like that might be a way to find a lead. Is to do sort of doing all this stuff.
I think.
You're not following?
I think. The weapons aren't forgeries. It's not like they're the two that have no signal, because they're not the real ones. They're definitely the real ones. When you were swinging them, they were doing the rippling gold magic. They just don't have any Apet energy on them.
Oh, okay, I'm with you now. Yep,
Yeah.
sorry.
So I know I can
Conclusion.
see exactly how that would have come about. But yeah, just to be clear, they are legitimate and they were verified by the museum as well.
Okay, good to know.
But yeah, it's only the staff that actually has the Apet energy. Okay, so you guys want to head to Rockrakus now, yeah?
Yeah, seems like it. Maybe ask the security guard here to contact us if anything weird happens, anything unnatural.
Cool. All right. So, you let the guards know that, and then you head to where Rockrakus is jailed in Central District. It's a small jailhouse. This is not the RHC. This is a normal jailhouse because this is a not national level one. Like he's been charged by the police rather than by you guys. As you guys make your way to the jailhouse, you can see that there's a bit of a crowd. There's several dozen, almost 100 gathered dockers, which, as you try to make your way through, attempt to stop you, various, getting in your face, not physically stopping you, just getting up in your grill and yelling and calling you government stooges, giving you a piece of their mind. It's a fairly hostile crowd who aren't too happy that Rockrakus is arrested.
Maybe he shouldn't have shot someone.
It was an accident.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I just
no.
walked into my bullet.
Yeah. Whoops, shot someone, not my fault. Guess I'm free to go.
Was standing his ground.
Hey, Rockrakus.
So you guys continue up to the jailhouse. The crowd is full of protesters and rabble rousers, and there's a dozen chants and slogans. filling the air. Some directed at you, some calling for justice for Parody Lake. Calling.
Good slogans.
No, I'm not imaginative. I'm sorry. Calling for freedom of the Bosun Strand, those who are still under the yoke of shitty industrial oppression, and general shouting for better pay all round. It sort of sparked off a workers' sort of protest with Rock Rackus being jailed. And just after you get into the police station, someone throws a flaming bottle of liquor at the cops who are outside, which kicks off a small riot outside. You don't need to get involved. There's plenty of well-equipped police outside, but it's fairly, it's getting pretty violent.
Man, these dockers, I think they need to feel the cold hard boot of the law.
Literally, you'll say, I don't know what he's going to say, but something that definitely doesn't agree with Ryla there.
All right. As you guys are greeted by the sort of the officer in charge of this jailhouse, he informs you that it's just as well you want to do your talking now. We're getting ready to release them on bail just to get rid of these fucking crowds.
They have bail?
Yep, they're bail.
Well, I guess he's free to go then.
They're getting ready to do it. He hasn't got bail posted.
Oh, I'm more meaning once he gets bail, he's free.
And he informs you that Rock has his own personal cell, and gestures down where there's a wing of the jailhouse which is empty except for a single cell which has a light shining above it, and you hear some tapping and a guy humming some tunes coming down from the cell. Must be Rock.
Does his lawyer need to be present for questioning?
Does
We're
what?
not going to be all up in his face, are we?
Yeah.
Like, he tried to help us out.
I'm just saying, it's always good to have your lawyer with you, no matter what, when the police question you.
Cop shakes his head. Not necessary.
Yeah, they all say
he's
that.
He's already signed his what do you call it? His statement.
Remember, guys, cops can legally lie to you. Always get a lawyer.
Dimitri will make sure the cops are in line.
Alright, so you guys head to Rock Rackus' cell, and he looks up. How to do it, boys? Nah, it's not gonna be his voice. It's alright.
Oh, thank God.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh no.
No.
It's Andre.
Yes.
Andre.
No.
My name is Rock Rackus. How's it going, guys? 100% it's happening.
I'm not.
Is his name
No.
Andre?
No, my name is Rock Rackus. How
No,
are
I'm pretty sure
you?
your name's Andre.
Andre? I've never heard of this name.
Oh, boy.
It's happening, Thought. Get used to it.
I refuse to talk to Rock Rackus while he sounds like this.
Oh, come on, pal. It's not so bad once you get used to it. Fine. His voice is this. How's it going, guys?
Okay,
I'll
thank
take
you.
it. Oh well. Yeah, we're going to ask him about what it likes to be eaten by a worm, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Alright. Do you do that? who are you all again? Sorry.
We were we were the ones that were fighting the things in the fair.
Oh, yeah. That thing that got me put in this cell. Got me all fucked up. Had me unconscious for a week.
Yeah, I guess we'll ask him, how he's feeling after that anyway. Was he alright when he woke up?
Yeah, never better. Never better.
Did you?
A pet energy check.
So you're gonna sit down for 10 minutes and do the ritual?
Yep.
What's that guy doing? Humming and hawing?
He's blessing
don't-
you.
Yeah. So did you see anything while you passed through that warp?
I mean, I saw what can only be described as the anus of the universe.
Can you be more descriptive?
Ah,
Be careful with this. I don't want him to describe it anus.
Yeah, how much detail do you want to know about the? Yeah. Anyway, never mind.
well, I mean, you ever been eaten by strange creatures, the likes of which I never seen before except on GC?
No. No.
Well,
Which plane was that again?
the fire.
Ah, yep, that's right.
Well, it was pretty horrendous.
So you traveled to the plane of fire, huh?
He nods. Yeah, I've been there once.
I mean that's total bullshit, right?
Is it?
Yes.
Roll me an
believe it
insight
is.
check.
Do insight.
He seems like a up himself dick, but nothing indicates that he would be lying right now. No reason to think so.
All right.
Like, how did he become famous? Like, was he always just an entertainer, or was he like some sort of adventurer that fucking then sort of turned musician?
Banging them beautiful bitches. I assume you asked him how he became famous?
I guess so. Yeah, Dimitri's probably not all up on this, the young fella's music.
Hip and the hop.
Well, it's a bit of a long story. I was a dock worker, like all the other ones out there making a racket. Signed up for a tour on a merchant ship. Ended up in the Malice Lands. Found a whole bunch of treasure on my way back to civilization. And, wrote a book. I mean, I told a guy what happened and he wrote a book. I get gold for every 5 gold worth of books sold. Got a little bit famous from that. Got a bit of a crowd, bit of a following, and then I just did some crazy shit. There was an opera. I did an impromptu cameo during the opera, upstaged the lead actor. Ain't nobody gonna be able to touch my skills. And they hired me up after that. That got pretty big. I'm surprised you never heard of it. Then, I don't know, maybe a year ago, decided to go adventuring again. Bring back some treasure for my people in the streets. The dockers out there. Get some gold. Get them out from under the factories. Got back about a month ago. With that there gun that I'm charged with killing a man with. That diamond encrusted gold pistol. Got it from the moon. Traveled to the moon. Met the unseen court. Cuckolded the Fey King. Banged his woman.
God, I hate
Had
him so much.
Had a bevy of...
Insight check.
Roll me an insight check. And yes, Orzov. Yes. You can do that. Those damned orgies. Man, I made many a song out of them. What do they call them? Sexually vulgar. But it's just me. It's just me. I put my soul into my music. Pisses people off, but brings in the money.
Alright, how full of shit is he?
Um,
Huh.
so I've replied to each of you. So I've sent you each a whisper, rather.
Well, I guess, yeah. Has anyone else got any other questions for this fella?
Where exactly did you find the gun?
The moon, baby. The moon.
The moon?
Yeah. I went out one night adventuring, as you do. Cracked out one of my scrolls that I'd kept from the previous time I used to go out exploring. Performed the ritual on the scroll and ended up deep in a forest.
On the moon?
Shrugs. I don't know, man. I followed the sound of music and Honey's voices. I stumbled upon a gathering of high fae. And boy, was they high! Hey! They ran away as soon as they saw me, and I chased them through a silver mirror. A silver mirror! And then suddenly it was daytime. And up in the sky, man, I saw the world all up above me.
How did you get back?
Well, that's the
On the
thing, man.
moon.
I was arrested and brought before an unseen court as a criminal. But I claimed
So-
my right of trial by combat and shot the fucker who challenged me. Everything after that was sort of a blur. Lots of sex, debauched parties, the likes of which you never seen. And then I woke up back in the woods and my gun was turned to gold and covered with diamonds.
If you saw the unseen court, are they really unseen?
Man, I didn't see him.
Anyway, I think, despite the fact that Dimitri can't detect any falsehood, he's gonna just assume that the fella's not got quite all his marbles and kind of dismiss it because it's ridiculous.
Let's get to the heart of the matter here.
Just so you're clear
What
as well,
happened?
the unseen court is like the Fey government,
Yeah,
sort of. Yep.
Yeah. What happened during the fight?
What Fey? The one where I killed that motherfucker?
What? No. The
Oh.
one that you're in jail for.
Oh, that one? Man,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Apparently, I shot a guy. I just remember some crazy shit. Some things coming trying to eat people. Trying to shoot one, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I shot the guy I was trying to eat. But got picked up by one of them things, shoved out its anus. Man, shakes his head. Man, I just think of a song. Just think of a song. He grabs a bit of paper and
Oh,
starts
God.
writing.
So you don't dispute that you may have shot him.
Man, it might have been accidental, but I was trying to do the right thing. I feel like this whole conversation would have been better like this. Hey guys.
Oh god.
I kind of agree.
Oh, look at the time. I have to go.
I don't know. It seems like pretty open and shut to me. I mean, even if it was an accident, he still murdered someone, and he doesn't seem to be disputing it.
I
So,
mean, killed. That's not
Manslaughter.
well,
There is a
Fair.
very important difference, Rylar.
I understand the difference, but the fact is,
Just because his music sounds like drowned cats screeching does not mean that we do not follow procedure.
You guys, I got a proposition for you.
I like your music.
what is your proposition?
Look, I've been all over the place. I've been all over Chrysalis. I've been everywhere. Sampling the best cuisine anywhere's got to offer. Sleeping with the finest woman anywhere's got to offer. Picking up the finest clothing anywhere's got to offer. But now I'm strapped for cash. And I ain't earning anything in here. You get the charges against me drop, and I'll owe you. Well, I'll owe you pretty big. I'm pretty good at teleportation magic. I could give you a free round trip wherever you needed to go, somewhere I've been.
To the moon?
And well, then I'll let you come along with me on what I like to call a fundraising expedition. Fun and fun. I put the fun in fundraising.
Your actions may have been unintentional, but you still did commit manslaughter. There is still a victim here, and you expect to just walk off with no consequence? You know, were you planning on making any sort of recompense to the victim?
Sorry, ask that again. He's just getting angry about paladins, Abby.
I basically said, like, even if it was accidental, there is still a victim.
Yeah.
Were you planning to do any sort of, recompense to them, or are you just planning to walk off in the sunset scot free?
Gonna do the recompense to you, my friends who get me off the chart. I mean, I'll apologize to the guy.
He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah. That's right.
I'll apologize to the family, I guess. I mean, sure, I can give them a bit of whatever we find on the fundraiser and try and help them out, I guess, if that's what you want. But look, it was an accident. I was trying to do the right thing. You trying to tell me I wasn't doing the right thing?
I'll tell him at this point that we'll be witnesses at his trial, and he'll be charged for manslaughter and no more. But there's no way in hell we're dropping the charges.
I would like to ask him, can you track teleportation magic rather than perform it?
No, man. I know how to read the scrolls I got. How to link the portals. How to go to the places. I mean, I talked to a skyseer, did some divinations on the scroll. The guy reckoned there was no future, no great potential in that scroll, but I don't trust charlatans like them. Pretty sure there'll be a ton of great treasure there. There always is. Always is. And I'll give you a quarter whatever I find.
Well, you insult those guys, yeah, so I'm not too happy now.
Didn't insult a skyseer?
So they were charlatans.
Yeah, he did.
Dimitri,
Yes.
this might actually be. We may want to consider it. I mean, you saw what was happening out there. Could you imagine
You saw
what's
his
going to happen?
attitude. He does not give one shit about who he killed.
I know.
All he cares about is himself.
I know.
We are not letting a
he's-
scumbag like that escape justice.
Dimitri,
I will not
listen.
have it. I will not have it, Rylar.
I know, but listen.
I do
listen.
not care about the. We will not have it.
The guy's a piece of shit. No one's denying that. But you saw what was going on out there. If we put him away for life or whatever happens to him, there's going to be massive riots. It's going to cause havoc. And can we really afford that?
And potentially more deaths.
Yeah.
That's why justice must be done. That means he is on bail. He is allowed his freedom in the meantime. He committed the crime, and he needs to see justice for it. We need to make sure the justice is fair.
Man, you sound like that Caius prick. Fair this and fair that.
You know Caius?
Yeah, 'cause I know. Hired me to go on an expedition about a year ago.
You don't say.
Yeah, what did he call it? Ziggurat? Ziggurat?
Did you go?
Yeah, man. It's that thing of GC. Went to some temple, took some trophies, but man, they didn't have the right attitude. So didn't go back with them again.
Were you with a redhead? Was there a redhead girl on your trip?
Huh? What? No.
Where was this temple?
Man, I can't remember. It was like a year ago.
a swamp?
Was it in a swamp?
Nah, this one was up in some sort of rocky mountain place. Had a whole bunch of shitty fire traps inside. Got some big golden plate, took it out, brought it back to Flint, got my pay and peaced out.
Ew.
Another seal.
Where did you keep this stuff? Was it in a warehouse or something somewhere?
Oh, somewhere down there. Oh, where was that place? And he sort of passes his hand through the bar. I can't remember where it was. Not for gold, but for like a handshake. Maybe I'd remember if I didn't have such concerns weighing heavily on my mind about what my future holds. Perhaps some sort of agreement might clear my head.
I'll shake his hand and be like, I can tell you your future.
Man, you're one of them Skysair freaks. Get out of town, buddy.
Oh, this is.
We'll do everything we can to get you off the charges.
I don't want you to tell me that. And he looks at Dimitri. I want him to tell me that.
Oh, Dimitri's fuming. Oh, fuck, he is such a stick in the mud. Man, I think he'd still turn him down.
Alright. Shakes his head. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. I guess I have plenty of time to try and remember, huh? And he turns and puts his back to the bar.
Yeah,
Listen.
Dimitri's gonna storm out.
Rock, listen. There's 3 of us here that'll back you up. We don't need the 4th to agree with us.
Roll me a bluff if you're lying. Roll me a diplomacy if you're telling the truth. If you are going to try and get him off.
I'm telling the truth.
Alright,
I may not like the guy, but bigger picture.
Alright, he turns, he shakes your hands. I believe you. I believe you, man. Check out Stanfield Canal. If he's still using the same place he was a year ago, could be a good place to start.
Okay.
Get those charges
Thank
dropped. I'll find that scroll, and I'll come get you when you're ready to go to Avalona. Or when I'm ready to go to Avalona.
We will. And sorry, I'll be right back.
Alright. Okay. So you guys leave Arrakis, and we'll have a 15-minute break. We'll have a quick break here. Or we'll call it 20 minutes. We'll come back half hour.